Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? Back again with another episode of the We Here Now podcast. I am your host, Mario, aka Mario the Cameraman, and we're here for episode number 12. Been a I'm not even gonna talk about it. We're just gonna get right into it. Start off with the week/weekend recap. Another glorious day being a working man in America. But other than that, I'm trying to think what I want to start off with first. It's gonna be more informative podcast today. I say that, but I'm still gonna be telling my stories and kind of doing it, kind of the way I want to. Got my own flow to it, but we're just gonna get right into it. My week/weekend recap. Nothing too crazy going on. There's another shock. You've been watching, paying attention to the podcast. It's not always gonna be something crazy. Some weeks are gonna be week/weekends are gonna be a little bit more exciting than others, and then other weeks just gonna have more of a mild or more mellow podcast. Usually with those podcasts, it probably will be more like informative, like more like on what's going on the mainstream. Just to kind of keep you guys still engaged. Also, I got my brother's birthday is actually coming up here. It's around Thanksgiving, and trying to get a bunch of us all to head out to Vegas. And it's funny. I always see these little memes and stuff like that, like on Facebook and stuff like that. It's like black people when planning trips, like always a whole bunch of people planning Airbnb. Like it just slowly but surely gets smaller because people are just bailing out. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be one of those people this time. I'm talking big game like I'm going, but I'm not going to Vegas, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like it's just for me. Like I'm kind of still getting my bearings back together. Still trying to get back on my feet and stuff like that. So a trip to Vegas, although I probably could swing it, it just doesn't seem like the best use of my time in the near future. But I know, my siblings stuff have a good time, But last time we went to Vegas, it was 2020, so it was like it wasn't the beginning of 2020. We went around like the same time. We went around and I actually just got memories from my Facebook. It's actually been like a year and a change today, from when I went to Vegas. But no, it was a blast. That wasn't my, I think I've been to Vegas a couple of times like when I was younger, but like that was the first time I actually got to experience Vegas, like being like an adult. But even then, like it was during COVID, so a lot of the shit was shut down, like the strip clubs and like just like it really was no nightlife. It was more like just touristy stuff, like you get on the bus and you just ride around the city and stuff like that. But all in all, it was still pretty fun. I mean, Vegas is a different animal out there because I mean, obviously we have like those cities that are mainly real touristy spots. You always run into like a lot of interesting people. And actually, while I was out there, I had got out there. The whole trip in itself was kind of crazy. Like right when I got there, um, my siblings and all of them, they got there before. So I'm put it like this: it was supposed to be a sibling trip, but like it turned out to be like, oh, this person bring their significant other, this person bring their significant other, and then we got like other people in the family, cousins, stuff like that coming. It wasn't supposed to be all those people, but a lot of them had got in the day before I did. I came in like at night because I worked that day, and then I just shot out to Vegas right when I was done with work. But we had got into a situation with this couple in the Shake and Shake line. It's white people, or I don't know. The dude was clearly white, but the girl kind of looked Mexican. But it's like the thing is like we're waiting on, we looking at the menu, and like the lady was like, "Yo, like y'all know what y'all want, like y'all can get in front of us." Like I'm getting ready to say yeah, cause I really don't give a fuck. My sister's like, no, like we still waiting, but like the people end up just getting in front of us. You know what I mean? So like it turned to like a little situation. Like this is Vegas, so like it's police everywhere. It's like the hotel we staying at. It's like a casino too. So like it's police everywhere. So like when all this little altercation is going on, um, the police officer ended up coming in and kind of like splitting up or whatever, and told the people just to go to the back or whatever. And she's going to the back. She's like, that's fine. Like I'll go to the back, and you'll still be niggas. And we think like, okay, we're gonna be niggas. But like I said, it's like a Mexican woman, so it's like depending on your skin complexion, like black people not really gonna trip. We feel like it's fitting, you know. But like she kind of said that to get under our skin, and like uh my brother's girlfriend at the time, like she had kind of got like a little offended by it, but like I'm not even tripping because like it's also me and my brother too, and it's just this one dude. So like worst case come to worst, like we gonna beat the fuck out of your boyfriend, and then whatever happened to your girl, that's what's gonna happen to your girl. You know what I mean? But just fucking the Vegas life. Like the police ended up coming over and like they hit it with the like they talked. They just trying to figure out the situation, like asking all the questions, and then it was just like one black cop and like it was a whole bunch of all the other cops were white. You know what I mean? It's like the black cop comes over, hit us with the do you guys have a room here? I'm like, oh damn, I felt so bad. I like, baby girl, you let them play you. You let them come over here and really ask that. Like, first of all, like I said, it's a casino in the hotel, so like, regardless if you're staying at the hotel or you're staying at the casino, as long as you're spending money, like, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? But like I said, we had been staying at the hotel, so like, it really wasn't that big of a deal, you know. So that was the first interaction I had. Like I said, we was in Second Shake. Like I had just landed, like got to the hotel, checking everything. Like I didn't even shower, nothing. I literally just put my bags down, went saw my siblings and stuff, and then we went and got food, you know. But the other interesting person I ran to, man, I'm not even gonna say interesting person, man. Shout out my man, the homie Low, man. I'm gonna get to that here in a minute. But I just went to the dispensary because, like I said, I came a day later, so like everybody had been already got themselves needed, they got the alcohol, some tree, like all that stuff before. So like I'm late, so like the next day, that's the first thing I'm on. Like they going to breakfast and all this shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna meet y'all at breakfast. Like, I'm about to hit the dispensary so I can, be loaded up for the trip or whatever the case may be. So whatever, it's recreational out there. So like, you just need your ID or whatever. So I came out the dispensary and now I'm looking for Lyft or Uber to get back to meet them at breakfast and shit. So like, boom, I'm looking for spots. Damn, I'm looking at spots like shit. Like okay, keep in mind, like, I'm only like, bro, I'm like 10 minutes down the street from the hotel. I'm like 10, 15 minutes top down the street, but it's just like it's a straight shot to get to our hotel. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at price. I'm seeing like $17, like $18, like $15. I'm like, damn, like I'm going back and forth between Uber and Lyft. I'm trying to figure out, who's cheaper, who got a little discount program going on. Cause like even before then, I really wasn't using Uber and Lyft like that, So I'm going through the process trying to figure it out. And it's just older white dude. If you ever see Lord of the Dogtown, he looked like Skip, the surf shop owner. That's what he looked like. So if you're trying to picture what this dude looked like, just imagine like a middle aged white man, like kind of greasy hair, smoking cigarettes. Dude pulled up, was like, yo, like, you looking for a ride? I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at Uber and Lyft. I'm trying to, get back now. He's like, what are the prices? I'm reading up the price. $17, like $19 here, $15 here. I bet I'll do it for 12. I'm like, pfft. That's a steal. You know what I mean? Like, bet I'm definitely about to get in. But keep in mind, this is not even like an Uber or Lyft driver. This man is just like in his car just outside the dispensary because like I said, we in Vegas. This is a tourist spot. Everybody always need rides. So like he literally just driving around this little Honda. I don't know, Honda toy. It's like just like a little small car. You know what I mean? But like I'm assessing the situation. Like I'm looking at doing the car. I'm like, okay, this dude probably like 100, 130 pounds. He probably like 5'5" or like either way. I got some size on. I'm only 5'9", but like I still got some size on. So like I'm sizing up like, man, this is a sketchy situation, but worst come to worst, I'm just beat the fuck out of the dude. It's like I'm in the back seat too, so like you want to try some, miss my hotel, some shit like that. I'd have put him in the head like, hey, my boy, let's go ahead and turn this thing around. You feel me? But no, he was a super cool dude, you know what I mean? But like it kind of threw me off a little bit because like once again he didn't have the little Lyft sign or like the Uber sign like in his car or whatever. But I'm thinking like for that price, like I'm definitely gonna take it, you know what I mean? And like I said, this is a ghetto ass ride too. Dude in the car, like he was already smoking cigarettes in the car. He rolled the window down just so he talked to me, you know what I mean? So I got in the car, he still smoking cigarette. I'm like, damn, like let one of these motherfuckers down. I'm about to choke in here. He's like, yeah, you got some stuff from the dispensary. You go ahead and smoke in here. I'm like, when you put it like that, I mean, everything gonna be a-okay then. That's the case, But yeah, it was definitely interesting. I mean, I got a lot of goodies there, man. That was the first time I've been to a dispensary, so I'm getting everything. I'm getting mints, I'm getting sprays, I'm getting drinks. They got little CBD straws. I'm drinking a CBD drink. I'm drinking a CBD drink, a CBD straw with a THC drink. Like it was going crazy. But that was the last time I was in Vegas. So they about to run up and go crazy and head back out there again. But that is something I will not be a part of. So happy birthday to my brother. Actually, today is my dad's birthday too. So happy birthday to my pops. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's all I got as far as the weekend has gone. I mean, I hurt my knee. I don't know. I'm just getting old, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I don't even remember exactly what I did to my knee. My knee was fine. I got to moving around at work, and then my shit just started bothering me. Like I feel like my bones or like the bone, some knee cartilage bones or something was like kind of rubbing together. Like every time I walk, I kind of feel like where like the little spot is, you know. So like, I didn't even go to my flag football game this week. I don't know how we did, but usually when I'm there, we lose, and I wasn't there. So I'll go out on a limb and say we lost. So oh man, good to get some rest. I've been whooped from work anyways. I haven't been getting home until like 11 or fucking. I'm not clocking out until like 11:30. I'm not getting home till like midnight. You know, so it was kind of good to get some rest this week and not have to worry about you know my first off day going right back to do some physical energy. So that was pretty cool though. But yeah, a lot of stuff's been happening this week. I'm just gonna touch on a couple things and one thing I'm definitely gonna start is DJ Black. He dropped LeVar Ball interview. It was like 2 hours, 2 hours and some change, but that was by far probably like the best interviews I've seen in a while. Or I'll say the best LeVar Ball interview. I mean, the Breakfast Club did one a couple years ago, but DJ Vlad is really good at like kind of laying everything out, like the timelines, like from start to finish, and excuse me, just watching that interview. I mean, bro, how can you hate this man? You know what I mean? Like just coming from like okay, coming from South Central, it's coming from a tough part already in the city, and like and how happy and jokey and jovial as it's kind of hard to see like why people actually hate him. You know what I mean? And like watching that interview, like you really have like a better understanding, like appreciation of how he is like as a person. You know what I mean? So I definitely learned a lot from that. Like I say, he always got a lot of hate. But like me, if my dad was anything like that, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be tripping, you know what I mean? Because like at least like his dad, like LeVar want all his kids to be great, you know what I mean? And like it sounds offensive like when he's talking about his sons, like comparing it to like other people's kids, but like people who got kids, y'all probably do that shit anyways. Y'all just don't say it out loud to other people who can hear it. Like you and your husband or your boyfriend, y'all might talk about, but y'all not talking about to the world. You know what I mean? So I think it's natural. Like you should always, want the best for your kids, and that's just what I learned from watching um that interview with LeVar. And I mean, this dude just is just must see TV. Like, I mean, he has a whole bunch of one liners. He got bars. Like, he's just a cool dude. Like, um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna act surprised because that's how it be. Like some people, like it's sometimes how you go about the message that'll make people look at you differently. But I mean, like I don't think LeVar is saying anything really crazy that any dad wouldn't say about his own kids. You know what I mean? Like even like the Michael Jordan shit, like saying he beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1. Like okay, that's not stupid crazy. Like, if I call my pops right now and ask him to pick himself or somebody else, like he gon' say him. You know what I mean? I don't know too many black fathers that even show any weakness like that. You know what I mean? Because even regardless of like what I think the outcome will be between them, I just feel like that's a great confidence that you should like instill in your kids, especially if you have that confidence naturally. You know what I mean? Like you'd be surprised. You say something, then you actually believe it, and then you go out there, you're gonna play differently, or just I didn't want to keep it just for sports in general, but like it's just a mindset to have, like, oh, like I'm gonna do or I'm gonna pass this test, you know what I mean? If you convince yourself you're gonna pass, like that's not enough to get you to pass, but I mean that's definitely gonna put you in the right mindset to actually do what you said to do, you know what I mean? You gotta speak it into existence. So that's why I feel like LeVar did a lot of times and like he got a lot of hate for that, which I don't get like what type of society we live in now where we shit on people just for being confident. You know what I mean? Like, and I think the problem is now people have a hard time deciphering if it's confidence or cockiness. You know what I mean? I think the cockiness part comes from just overdoing. Like every single time, like every conversation comes back to you being this. I think that's more like cockiness. You know what I mean? But it's like if it's something that you're doing and you have control over, like why the hell wouldn't you be confident? You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. That's just me. Just if I got a doctor, shit, I want to be like, hey, look, this surgery's gonna go great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy. I'm gonna get this knocked out for you. You gonna be up out of here. Go about your day. I don't want a doctor that's like, oh, it's difficult. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Hey, yo, give me another doctor because he ain't in the right mindset. You know what I mean? I need a doctor who's actually gonna help me. You know what I mean? So I think when it comes to stuff like that, obviously um you should be confident. I don't think you should have a pessimistic mindset when it comes to things like that. I mean, you can obviously be real with yourself as well, but I mean, start with confidence first, and then you can kind of break down the reality of things, so you can kind of still keep a level head and not really overlook anything or certain situations. But yeah, great interview. I mean, I think I talk about that a lot of times, anyways. Like I'm kind of an interview junkie, you know what I mean? Just because I feel like it gives you better context, you know what I mean? You hear, I don't know, you see a tweet that's like 15 seconds of a 20-minute video, you know what I mean? I don't even want to watch the 15. If I watch the 15 seconds, I gotta watch the 20 minutes after that because I can't judge a opinion based off something I saw for 15 seconds, you know what I mean? Because it's not gonna be accurate, you know what I mean? You don't know what led up to that specific part or before, like it's a whole lot of shit that goes into it. But I be liking to have the full context of things. So that's why I'm in my interview show. But another big uh uh well, it's coming from the DJ Vlad had interviewed him, Keefy D, getting locked up for the murder of Tupac. I mean, talking about something that happened 96, you're talking about like 27 years ago something happened. You're now just getting charged from it. Keefy D, um, I don't know. He's a clown. Honestly, it's like they always talk about like this generation of the streets and all this other shit, but it's like you did something 27 years ago, and not only did you do multiple interviews talking about it, but you also wrote a book. Like that's like some OJ shit. You know what I mean? It's like, boy, you write a book about if you put motherfuckers in your direction to test that if theory just because you know what I mean. But it's like I think he had loved the attention that he had been getting just from being so closely associated with the Tupac situation, all for the wrong reason. Like he just couldn't keep his mouth shut. You know what I mean? Like he did. I don't know. He probably did like two or three interviews with Vlad, and Vlad he interviewed everybody when it came to the Tupac situation. I mean, first aid responders, like police, like dispatch calls. Like he talked to all the people that was involved in the Tupac thing, and Keith VD was somebody he had. Like I said, it was probably like two or three times he interviewed, and Vlad would always constantly ask him. It's not like the whole interview was about the Tupac stuff, but like he every time he did an interview with Keith D, he would bring up something. The conversation would just naturally lead to the Tupac thing, no matter if it was Keefe D or if it was Vlad. But a lot of it, from the interviews I saw, a lot of it was Keefe D. He was referring it back to like a time of like, oh, around the Tupac situation, and people looked at me this way because of the Tupac situation. I mean, all I can really say from this, really just dude's a certified clown. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, as far as like what happened, like, I think we, a lot of that shit can be justified. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you do a crime and you get away with it, but you can't help but to talk about it, like, I mean, that's your own fault. You know what I mean? But like, I also get it to an extent, to a very small extent, because it is hard when you feel like you've maybe have gotten over somebody, you trick somebody, and people don't really know, and it's like that itch that you just gotta tell somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's too good to be true. Like you gotta tell somebody because like you also want people to acknowledge how fucking smart this is or how cool was that you may have finessed something or got out of this or whatever the case may be. And I think that was KPD's biggest downfall, honestly. Um, I mean, regardless if you felt like you were justified for what you did, you know what I mean? The fact that you continuously talked about it gave them more of a motive that should come after you. And sure enough, your house got fucking raided, and they're finding. Just clowns. Talking about 27 years ago, and they search your house, and you still have something that would implicate you in the murder of Tupac is crazy. I mean, rest in peace to Pac, but yeah, keep D. Kill Tupac, ain't that something? But speaking of Death Row, because Tupac, I came across this video on YouTube. I forget the YouTube channel name, but it was talking about it's talking about the experience of the last moments of people on death row, and let's just say interesting to say the least, because like you always hear about like people getting sentenced to death, and then like I don't want to say like you always hear about it, but like you've heard about people getting sentenced to death. So like this YouTube channel kind of goes into like a step further to what happens after they get sentenced and what's it like leading up to like them being sentenced. You know what I mean? So it was some interesting story. It was a dude who was kind of um he was autistic of some sort, and he was accused of doing something that he possibly could have been innocent for. This happened like I don't know back in like the 40s or something like that. So like they didn't have the technology that they do now to kind of like connect people to certain things, like really get like the real evidence. So like he kind of got caught in like a bad situation, ended up being put on death row, but like he had no idea like he was about to be killed, you know. So like right before they were going to execute him. I guess like he had like this little tour or whatever. He had like gave it to the dude before he left. It's like, yo, like I'll just get it when I come back. Like he really had no idea like he was about to die. So man, this always happens when I do the podcast. Like I don't never be like just blushing like that, but like I don't know, something be coming over me. But yeah, no, it was a crazy story for sure. Just imagine like him just not even knowing what's going on and that's still happening to him. But the other thing that really caught my eyes, the last meals. It's like dude had like some peach cobbler with some chicken breasts and some chicken nuggets with steak and asparagus and the baked potato and a quesadilla with a taco. I mean, like the meals always sound so. I mean, not even for like your last meal. That just sounds like a good meal. Just have like on a motherfucking Tuesday. You know what I mean? So like, it was kind of cool just to hear like the things that they were asking for the last meal. But then it also had me thinking, bro, your last meal, what type of appetite would you really have? You know what I mean? As I remember being younger and knowing I was about to get an ass whooping when my mom came home, and shit, that was enough to kill my appetite. So, and I wasn't even gonna die from it. I was just gonna get an ass whooping. So imagine you about to die in a last meal. Not only just eating your last meal, but could you really honestly think about like this is your last meal, like what do you really want to have? Could you honestly be like, oh, this would be really good? Because like food is supposed to bring you excitement, but it's like contradicting because like something that's supposed to bring you excitement, but knowing you know what's gonna happen after you have your last meal, you know what I mean? So what y'all think? Could y'all be able to have uh, a final meal like right before you got sentenced? You know what I mean? What y'all think? I think y'all gonna feel me on this one because I mean, just if you ever been through anything like just I don't even want to say anything too traumatic, but if you've ever been through anything where it kind of made you feel sad or angry or something like that, it's pretty hard to still have an appetite. You know what I mean? But the fact that you're talking about your last meal before you die, like this is your final meal you're gonna have. I'm sure a lot of people will have a problem trying to stomach up an appetite for that. But yeah, I think that'll kind of close out on some of the mainstream stuff. I'm lying. We're gonna get into some more stuff, but after this commercial. Mm. Oh shit, we back. Yes, sir, we back. Ah, now moving on. In the other news that was going on this weekend, Um, Obviously, football, football Sunday. Um, talk about these damn, talk about these damn Browns. I mean, good lead. Like I don't know what is the deal. Actually, it's okay. Let's just start with the good. The defense played good. And that's about all this good stuff I got to say, to be honest with you, because I mean DTR, um, very exciting in the preseason. It's also preseason though, so it's kind of hard to gauge 100% like the performance in general because it hasn't had a lot of playing time as it was, but kind of being thrown in the fire, finding out last minute that he was going to be the starter. It's going to be difficult for anybody in a situation like that. Um, he did show some flashes of having the potential to be the good quarterback with some more experience. But just being thrown into play against the Baltimore Ravens, who don't have that's not a slouch defense. You know what I mean? So it's like that was tough for sure. But all in all, I mean, we didn't have Deshaun Watson. Obviously, that plays a big factor into it to an extent. Because I mean, even how he has played in the past, it hasn't been like, oh, like Deshaun Watson definitely would have made sure that we won. But I mean, I think we would have scored more than fucking 3 points. I think that's the main thing to take away. But I mean, to be fair, the O line didn't play that well either. I mean, to be fair, like I think we have one of the best O line in the league. So I mean, when they have like one bad game, I'm not too worried about it. You got to take the fact new cadence with the quarterback, the rhythm, everything is just a little bit off. Even if it's not by a lot, it's just a tad bit off. And I think that's something that we kind of were seeing on Sunday. But I mean, back at it again next week. I don't even know who we play next week. Let me see. I always be saying shit like that. Like I'll have a question on something, and like I won't even look it up or anything like that. And I'll be having a laptop right in front of me. I was surprised nobody like called me out. I was like, "Oh, is this a fake laptop or something like that?" Like, no, this is real. I just be like the saying shit, not actually having to actually look it up. You know what I mean? Because do your own research. I'm trying to help you. When I want to know, I'm gonna look for the information. I'm gonna find it. This is not something I necessarily wanted to know because I can figure it out on my own. But since we're here, damn, we got San Fran next week. I think. Oh, we're home though, so I mean that's good. But I mean, San Fran been going crazy. That boy C Mac went off. The reason why my fantasy team also struggled this week. I mean, Chris McCaffrey had fucking 50 points. I mean, if you're playing against somebody and one player alone has 50 points, good luck. Um, but yeah, shout out to the Browns. Let's get back on the winning streak. Back to 500. Um, it isn't bad. I mean, we won the games earlier in the season, so we got to do what we got to do. But let's just keep on, rocking. Get the fans something excited to play for because they're always gonna be excited. But I'll tell you one thing: them Browns fans ain't gonna be excited as them Chiefs fans because them Swifties is going crazy. I talked about this a little bit last week. I think this was before like it was still very new, so I think people were like fucking with it. But like, bro, they get some hate. Like Travis Kelsey and Swifty get some hate. Like I seen even females talking about like these girls are like more like sports oriented, anyways. You know what I mean? But it's like I'm tired of the Swifties ruining my football game. I'm like, damn, I'm feeling that's how like some men be feeling. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know why it's such a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like you're getting a whole nother demographic to actually enjoy watching football just because Taylor Swift is coming, and it's like it's the Chiefs too. So it's not like it's like the worst team in the league. It's like it's actually a good team. You know what I mean? So if Taylor Swift, if Taylor Swift just disdain Travis Kelsey and bring more sense to the Chiefs and like her Swifty fans and all that shit, you know what I mean? I mean, what a better team to watch besides the Browns, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like a team that's going to look. That's a winning team. So, I mean, I don't know. If there is any football to be watched for any new fans coming just because of Taylor Swift, I mean, that's a great team to be watching to do so. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but like I said, I really don't get all the hate. I don't really care too much for Taylor Swift. Like nothing bad about her, you know what I mean? It's some good songs. I was dating a girl in high school, and Taylor Swift had, I think the album was called like 17 or something like that. So man, every time me and my girl go through it, Taylor Swift tweets just going right out. No, but yeah, I don't have anything against Taylor Swift, but I don't have any problem with her and the whole Travis Kelsey thing and all the attention that's been coming with it. Because like at the end of the day, like you want more eyes on the sports, anyways. Who cares like who it is? You know what I mean? Excuse me, but that's also the thing. People be so fake about stuff. Like they want attention on a certain situation. Then like when you actually get the attention, it's like now they mad about it. You know what I mean? Or it's like how people will like people who are underdogs, they'll build them up, and then when they get so high, people start shitting on them because they're so high up now. But people built you up to be that. You know what I mean? It's such a weird dynamic. You know what I mean? Because like me personally, if I fucked you from the underground and then like you get popping and like you actually get popping and like you're lit and stuff like that, that's gonna make me not want to fuck you. I'm gonna be like, damn, that's wrong. Because I remember when like you really didn't have nothing, like you didn't have as many fans. Like that shit is cool. Like, I don't know why it seems like people are so cool are so okay with um people not progressing. You know what I mean? I don't really have like hate for people. So like anybody doing good in general, like, you know, kudos to you. Like keep doing your thing, you know what I mean? But it's like it's just some people that feel like I don't know. It just confuses me because like you'll bring somebody up and then when they get up, it's like now you don't fuck with them. But like you're the same people that are the reason why they're so popular now. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It'll never make sense to me. But shout out to Taylor Swift. Shout out to Swifties. They making that joke. The only the only Kelsey and Swift we care about, and they talking about fuck Jason and DeAndre Swift on the Philly. That shit funny. I ain't gonna lie, but shout out to them doing it up. Um, but in other news, something that people I don't think they ever brought this girl up, but they sure trying to tear her the fuck down. But Lil Tay is back and dropped a music video. I talked about this a couple weeks ago when she was actually reported that she was dead, and apparently that wasn't the case while all this was going on. She had fell asleep and she woke up to all of it, and then for 24 hours she didn't know what to say and yada yada yada. But Lil Tay's back. She dropped a music video. Obviously promotion. You know what I mean? Faking the death to kind of prepare for like a little comeback you want to make. But then Lil Tay tried to say like Kurt, it was she put a lot of the blame on the parents, which I mean some people kind of speculated anyways, you know, but I don't think people are really feeling bad for it because like okay, like damn, that's fucked up that you have bad parents and they kind of forced you to do this shit, but it's like you also were still doing it, you know, because people would judge you based off a situation that they've never even been in before. But I don't know, it's just the things that people would do just for attention is crazy, you know what I mean? And that's something that Lil Tay is dealing with. She had a video where she went into depth about what was going on and how her parents controlled her to do certain things, and that's why when the stuff that happened with her, her being um, with her being pronounced dead, and them talking to the family not even addressing, you know, what was going on because it had a lot, you know, to do with that. Anyways, what's up, baby? What's up? Kind of doing something right now. But yeah, Lil Tay is back. But I mean, that's just crazy to think. Like that's the world we live in. Like you fake your death in the next month, you could pop out with a music video that got a couple 100,000 views on it. Like that shit is crazy. People will go literally to the end of the earth just to get some views. You know what I mean? And it's sad. Even then, I don't wish I don't wish no bad ill on her or anything to happen. You know, I think it's just sad what people are willing to do just for some attention. But also just understanding um just the world we live in general when it comes to like what people will do for attention, you know what I mean? And it was crazy because I was talking to my homegirl, not and y'all probably gonna catch it. I'll be calling everybody my homegirl. I'm talking about a couple different people. Like this is my homegirl for a lot. I mean, she's an attractive girl, you know what I mean? But like we're having a conversation just about like shit like she posts on IG and shit like that. Like I said, it's my homegirl. Like I don't care either way, you know what I mean. But we got into the conversation about like she was telling me like, oh, like you don't be liking my pictures on IG, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, but like you can literally call me in the middle of the night because some shit you got going on. Like I'm gonna answer, you know what I mean? So like, what does it really matter? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, because you want the numbers on your post and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But because it even took me a while for me to even be following her. You know, I've been knowing her for a couple years now, but it's like I never really is like follow. Like we actually are friends. Like we FaceTime, like we text and stuff like that. Like why do I need to follow you on IG? Because I don't even spend that much time on IG anyway. If I'm spending time on IG, so I can post on my story or I don't know. Occasionally you might catch me fucking uh doom scrolling, you know what I mean? Or somebody sends me something like that's really the only time, you know. But she has said something that kind of fucked with me because she was like she was so enamored with trying to get 1,000 followers on IG. Now keep in mind like this is an attractive girl, like I don't want to put like a statistic on it, you know what I mean? But like, she's an attractive girl, you know what I mean? Like, she's not gonna have a problem having a husband, have like, she not gonna have no problem with that. But like, she was so asphyxiated on getting this like 1,000 followers, and I was like, damn, like that shit's really crazy. Like that 1,000 followers really don't mean nothing. Like, she don't get paid off of fucking, she don't get paid from IG at all. You know what I mean? She has like a at regular as job. She has two jobs, but yeah, just a normal fucking working person, like office type lifestyle, you know what I mean? But like she still be caring about the 1,000 followers, you know what I mean? But like I said, that's just the society we live in. It's like the amount of attention that you can garner, the amount of eyes that you can have on you is currency to people. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm a tweener though, because I was born in '96, so it's like I also like tech how do I say it? Like, I didn't get my first phone until it was like towards the end of sixth grade, like almost seventh grade, going to middle school for me. So it's like I had a childhood, like being able to find like my friends, like based off going to people's house and looking outside to see like if there was bikes outside and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like, but I also grew up in the era where IG had came out when I was in high school. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like I said that Twitter like that fine line, but like it's wild though. Like the society we live in now, as far as when it comes to, like the social media and stuff like that, is like that is not real life. Like I see people post shit, and then it's like you see them in real life. Like shit, if someone only knows you based off your IG, they have like a different perspective on how you look. You know what I mean? And you know, to each his own. Everybody's insecure about something. You know what I mean? Like I'm insecure too. I'm doing the podcast. Putting a lot of time in it, being consistent, and you know, sometimes some people don't watch, don't comment, don't like the visual, whatever the case may be. But like, I mean, I just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, what I'd like to have a bunch of likes and a bunch of comments and like already a community of people who fuck the podcast. Hell yeah, but like, I don't have it. But like, I'm gonna still keep putting the shit out. I'm not gonna like try to convince people that I'm like doing more than what I'm actually. I'm not fucking going back and just having my videos play you know, in the background while I'm just doing other shits. Like those numbers you see, like those are the real numbers. You know what I mean? Like if you look at it and you say it's a good number, cool. If you look at it and say it's a bad number, cool. Regardless, like those are all real authentic views. So like where that's where like I don't feel so insecure. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like obviously you want like the likes, you want like you want it to be like some motion. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not insecure enough to kind of doctor, you know, any of those stats because I mean, shit, it is what it is. I mean, all I can say it's all me, it's all hard work, and I mean, it'll eventually pay off. You know, but like I be saying, to each his own. Whatever makes you happy, I mean, whatever truly makes you happy, regardless if it's you find it on, you know, gratification on social media, you know, I would advise you to maybe find like a healthier way. But other than that, like, I mean, as long as I think the main thing is to do things for yourself. Don't do it for validation from other people. You know what I mean? Just do it for yourself. Well, I guess not all validation from you because I mean, at the end of the day, like anything that you do or you care about, you want some type of validation from it. You know what I mean? I guess just the type of validation or how much validation you need to actually feel validated. So I would just keep those two things in mind. And yeah, before we wrap up, got a couple more things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do a segment. You know, one of my favorite segments. I haven't been doing enough to be one of my favorite segments, but I do like this segment because it's something I can actually talk about and not feel like I have to dive too deep on. You know, if I do, so be it. If not, it's just here because this is a segment I like to call Things I Cared Briefly About. And to get started, I'm going to take a little sip. So usually I go to Starbucks, I give me, I think it's called a dirty chop. My homegirl put me onto it. But I ain't had no time to do that, so I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. And I got like kind of like a makeshift one. You know, it's like even when I told her I wanted a dirty chai, she was so. I mean, just fucking service in the hood in general. Just anyways, but she had an attitude. Anyways, I'm ordering the shit, and I told her I wanted a dirty chai. She's like, "You just want a dirty chai?" That's it. She ain't asked if I wanted it hot or cold. She ain't act like none of that shit. I was like, "Can I get an espresso added in there?" She's like, "You want an espresso on your chai latte?" I was like, "Yes, that is what a dirty chai is." She's like, "I don't know. I've never heard of it." I said, "Let's move on. Can I just get the dirty chai, please?" But yeah, that's what we got rocking there. Like I said, I like to shoot it in the mornings now. Feel a little bit more energetic. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's just me. But like I said, let's get into it. Segment things I cared briefly about. Colorado, they lost to USC. This is their second straight loss that they've taken. Um, Honestly, what Coach Prime is doing over there, like this is not about to be like no Cinderella season. It's not about to be like a one and done season. Then he's going to move somewhere else. I think this will be Deion's home for the foreseeable future. So it's not so much about game to game, but it's about like overall the program. You know what I mean? I mean they already have more wins than they got last year. So as far as the program goes, that's a look in the new direction. They still have a lot of games left, and I think Travis Hunter is going to miss one more game. I mean, not having Travis Hunter against Oregon and then against who the fuck did they just play? Oh, I'm tripping. USC. But without those, I mean, those are big games for Travis Hunter to miss. But I mean, he's going to get back out there. Obviously, I think Travis will at least play another year. So you got next year to look for Travis Hunter playing for Colorado. I mean, I think they're going to be fine. Honestly, not ready to fucking switch everything that you've been doing. And you know what I mean. Just keep sticking to the plan. It's long call. You know, just keep on at it. Um, Jimmy Butler, Jimmy buckets, rocking the straight part Como for. I mean, remember he had the Makai Kiefer braids last year for a pitch. So he just I like it. It's funny though. Jimmy is just a fucking he's a baller. First of all, it's like when he's on the court, he's a dog. So he not to be played with at all. But it's like I like him just fucking. He just into it. You know what I mean? He's like have a good time. You know this will be my picture for the season start. Not take it too serious, have fun, and that's exactly what he's doing. Drake dropping for all the dogs Friday. I remember this shit was supposed to drop like around my birthday or something like that. But I mean, this is why I have this segment called "Things I Care Briefly About." I don't really care. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll eventually probably listen to the album, but like, I'm not real big on like super music shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about like when new shit drops and saying that with all the current music. Like, when a young boy drops, I'm gonna listen. When Dope Boy drops, I'm gonna listen. When T Grizzly drops, I'm gonna listen. And that's about my only three guaranteed. But I mean, it's so much music out here. Like, you can't really blame for not being able to keep up with all the music. You know what I mean? Like, just give me some hype shit to get through a workout or pregame for my football to get me through work and shoot, we good. And last but not least, uh, Waffle House employees are demanding a 25 an hour raise. And yeah, the fact that Waffle House wants more money for less work. Because let's really talk about it. The food, I ain't gonna lie, the food pretty good. But it's waffles. I mean, you picking like the best breakfast food and naming your whole restaurant after. I mean, yeah, like the food already is heading in the right direction, you know. But the only problem I got with Waffle House is, okay, the food is good. The service is always bad. Every time I go to Waffle House, it's always bad. Granted, they're open 24 hours, so it's going to be lows throughout the work shift when service isn't as good. You know what I mean? I've probably been to Waffle House probably like, I'll say just like in the Cleveland, Ohio area. I've probably been to Waffle House probably like 10 times. Out of 10 times that I've been there, there's been 3 fights. Do the math. That's 30%. So 30% of the times I go to Waffle House, there's a fight. And these motherfuckers want more money. Listen, y'all trying to get paid to fight. That's what I'm seeing. Y'all want $25 an hour so it can be worth all the bullshit y'all be going through, but y'all still be fighting. Bro, it's never been a time where I saw a Waffle House employee like trying to get up and break up a fight. You want to know why? Because the Waffle House employees be the ones in there fighting, and y'all want $25 an hour. They trying to be some motherfucking amateur boxer or something. But I mean, and they said something about like damn, I forget what it's called, but it's something about like the meal deduction or something like that. So I think they only get like a discount of their meals, like they don't get like free meals. So that's another thing they're trying to fight for. And I believe that because I feel like wherever you work, you should get freebies. That's just mandatory. Like, don't overdo it. Like, if you work at fucking McDonald's, don't be, I don't know, 20 Big Macs a day or something like that. But like, if you work at McDonald's, like if I worked at McDonald's, like I'm getting a meal for free. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm working here. Like I didn't give all these burgers, fries, and pies to everybody, and I can't get no meal. Like that's crazy. Like I used to work at Lube Stop, like an oil change spot. You think I was giving myself a discount on my oil change? Fuck no. I was changing my own oil, top, bottom, clear filter, oil, all that shit. Wash fluid, tires, a little bit of antifreeze, transmission fluid. I'm doing all that shit for free. Because why? Because on a Saturday when we got 30 cars, I'm doing all the oil changes. I don't get no piece of that. So when it comes to me doing the oil change, and you got to keep in mind, you only need the oil change like once every 3 months. I'm working 10 hours a day, so I'm in this motherfucker all the time. Anyway, it's 15 minutes away from the house. I'm not spending that much gas or even driving my car that much. So a free oil change is definitely in my future and was always in my future. Wherever you work at, you should get freebies. Just don't overdo it. Like I said, I'm not trying to get a bunch of air filters and wiper blades and all that shit. I was just getting free oil changes because I do all these oil changes for other people. You're like, oh, well, you get paid to do that. Yeah, but y'all don't pay me to deal with the fucking extra ass customers that always trying to just get me do shit when they just see me walking on my lunch break or some shit like that. So I mean, I don't know. Shout out to White House, but y'all out of y'all fucking money, y'all think y'all deserve $25 an hour. For real. But to wrap it up, I'm gonna get the questions because I like, sending this off with a little just how your mind thinking a little bit. Let's see what we got. Yes, sir. Okay, about to. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. Okay, gotta. Okay. Well, somebody's facing the wrong way. I could just edit all this out, but I'm gonna leave it in because, like I said, it's an authentic podcast. Shit, you might see, the dog getting pictures. You might hear the neighbors outside arguing. I ain't editing none of that shit out. We want to keep it thorough, like Gerald. Let's see what we got. Whoop. Man. Okay, I got. Okay, there's some debate in it. Y'all need to know the ins and outs. We got a couple more minutes here before we get wrapped out. I just want to say appreciate y'all for tuning in. Another episode of the We Here podcast. Look, I couldn't do this without you guys. I really couldn't. I lied, I could, but it wouldn't be as entertaining. Just trying to give you guys something to get through your week. Ain't no cheating, okay? Yeah. It says, would you give up an inch a penis length for an inch of height? I'm not gonna answer that just for the 75. I think we got some lady. We definitely got some lady listeners, and just out of respect to all the lady listeners, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm gonna say I'm good on both. I'm good on the height and the yearna. Moving on. What we got? Next question. Come on, give me a good one. That's not even a good one. If you only have $5 to get drunk, what would you buy? Nothing. I don't really drink like that anyways. I ain't buying that. But you could get some. Nah, I ain't. You know the little liquor spots. You know you get some fucking E&J to get popping for $5. Oh, okay. This one looks like a good one. Take a little sip. We got a minute left. I got you. Would you rather every time you meet someone you have to tell them you got your degree online from the University of Phoenix and then say I am a Phoenix, or change your name to Oliver? And okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Look, okay, we run short on time. I'm just gonna pick one of these motherfuckers. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. You stay over at someone's house, and when you wake up, you realize you pissed in their bed. Do you sneak out or tell them? Do I sneak out or I tell them? Look, I'm a man about my shit. If I do something, I'm own up to it always. But in this case scenario, I'm gonna sneak out for sure. I mean, that's your business to deal with. If I piss in the bed, look, it's probably something with your sheets or the fabric or the humidifier in the room, making it why I can control my bladder. So y'all gonna take the L on that. But this has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. Yes, sure. Your boy's out of here. Oh.